Hey y'all, I'm back with my July 2024 reading wrap up. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Books with Kimberly. Don't forget to like, comment, share my channel, and subscribe. Y'all, I'm back to go over the books I read in the month of July. I read a total of 5 books. 3 were audiobooks, 1 was a physical book, and 1 was an ebook. I'm super proud of myself for continuing to diversify my reading methods. Let's get into those books that I read in the month of July. The first 2 books I read in the month of July are a part of the Beverly Jenkins Blessing series that I love so much. The first one is Chasing Down a Dream, which was an audiobook read, and the second one is Second Time Sweeter, which I read the physical copy from the library. Within these 2 books, we get some drama between Bernadine and Mal. Mal did something to really betray her trust, and so we get him trying to get back in her good graces in book 9. We also have more children being adopted. We have more love stories. Henry Adams has a lot of love. They're expanding businesses. There's also a lot of drama, y'all. Like, there was literally a shootout. It's giving love, family, drama, a Black-owned town. There's so much love and community, and I absolutely love this series. So I give both of these books 5 stars. Book number 3. I was semi-excited to read this book. Book number 3 was an audiobook, and it is Children of Anguish and Anarchy by Tomi Adeyemi. I read the first books, Children of Blood and Bone and Children of Virtue and Vengeance. Book 3 was like an entirely different plot, an entirely different storyline, and it was not giving what it needed to give. I was expecting us to pick up right at this battle of the Magi, and then you have the Titans and the Royals who are battling it out of who will rule Orisha. But instead, the Magi get captured by these pale people called the Skulls. It gave triggering because you have these pale people taking all of these Black Africans, stripping them of their powers, chaining them up, causing them harm, killing them on boats as they take them to a foreign land they've never heard of. I was disappointed with this book, I will admit it. It felt completely different than book 1 and book 2. There was a lot that was not wrapped up nicely. There was a lot that wasn't told. The way it ended, I understood why it ended that way, but that doesn't mean that I liked it. So overall, I am giving this book 3 stars. Book number 4 that I read in the month of July is another great Huffington book. I decided to read the second book in the Eisenberg Effect series, and that is Lyric. This was an ebook read. I really enjoyed the story of Lyric. Lyric is the sister of Luca and Lake in this Eisenberg family that has loads of money. Lyric is the accountant who handles all the money. She cleans the money. So her having to clean money tells me everything I need to know about this organization and how these people are rich, rich, rich. We get Keanu, who is coming out of jail from protecting his brother. While he is in jail on his birthday, Lyric gets the guts to confess her love to him in a 4-page letter, an email. She sends it to him. He does not respond. And when he comes out of jail, she's of course upset because he left her email on read. So you get this story of Keanu pursuing Lyric and the 2 of them having this beautiful love connection that they are growing. I love their relationship. The big conflict in this book was, yes, this one had a conflict. I told y'all Luca had little to no plot, but this book actually had a plot, and it's the fact that Keanu is the best friend of Lyric's brothers, Lake and Luca. And Lyric is so scared of her brothers finding out. There are several times that Ken is like, let your brothers know, or we're done. And so you get a lot of back and forth of her not being ready to tell them, but also not wanting to stop the brakes on this beautiful relationship that they are building. Lyric was annoying. I do agree with a lot of people who have said her character was whiny and annoying, and I got that from her. But I also love that the author did not shy away from admitting this is who she is. Even the family members say she needs guidance, she needs to grow up. And I always say this, Black people are not a monolith. So it's nice to see a character who needs growth, who has some missteps, who she's whiny. She's not this brave powerhouse of a woman that we're always reading about, but she has the potential to be. So I really did enjoy this book. I give it a 4.75 rating and cannot wait to continue reading more from Gray Huffington, especially this Eisenberg series. The last book I read in the month of July was an audiobook, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Book 2 in the Court of Thorns and Roses series, we pick up where the Fae and Perinthian have exited the mountain. They are back in their courts. We have Feyre, who is at the spring court with Tamlin, but Tamlin has her like stuck in the house, won't let her out, very overprotective of her. Everyone is stressed about when will Rhysand pop up, because in book 1, Rhysand and Feyre struck a deal with each other that he would heal her wounds, and in order to do that, she would have to spend a week every month in the night court with Rhysand. So months go by and Rhysand has not popped up, but on the wedding day of Tamlin and Feyre in the spring court, Rhysand pops up and takes Feyre to the night court. So basically that is what book 2 is. We get Feyre going back and forth between the spring court and the night court before Feyre just has it with Tamlin locking her up, and she decides to move out of the spring court and fully live in the night court with Rhysand. I thought this book was an interesting installment. Of course, I love the bickering between Rhysand and Feyre and the fact that I feel a love connection building, and there's this drama of what about Tamlin? When is Tamlin gonna pop up and try to take her back? So I love that conflict in it, but I will say that it was very boring just hearing everything, all the backstory on Rhysand and all of his people that work in his court. I felt like it was very info dumpy, and I didn't really care about a lot of these people's backstory, even though they were interesting characters. So it just felt really, really long for no reason. There was some drama at the very end, just like in book 1 when things amped up at the last few chapters, except the last few chapters of this book weren't as great as those last chapters in A Court of Thorns and Roses, but it was enough to have me excited to read book 3. And I love how this wasn't this whole Edward and Jacob and Bella thing that Twilight had me go through years ago of which one will she pick. So I'm excited to continue this series and see what more is to come. I give book 2 in the Court of Thorns and Roses series 3.5 stars. I'm gonna leave it at 3 stars. Y'all, that is it for the books I read in the month of July. Get down in those comments and let me know what books you're reading this summer. What have been some of your favorite summer reads? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can go ahead and like this video right now. And thank you again for tuning in to a Books with Kimberly video.